All right.
Perfect.
You all sound good to me.
So I'm gonna start this bad boy.
Recording in progress.
Thank you, Claire.
So, Cameron's here, so should be able to monitor the Twitch. I'm just gonna pull it up,
Yay.
just in case.
We love monitoring.
Hell yeah!
It makes all the things go smooth.
So, Jeff, do you want me to mute my microphone if I'm chewing?
Oh, yes,
Oh
please.
yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay. All right. So you're not going to worry about the Zoom stuff matching up. You don't need that. So, Jeff, do you want me to mute my microphone if I'm chewing?
Oh yeah, that's a great
Conversation in stereo.
All right, so you're not going to worry about this.
Thought maybe I was time traveling.
How do you guys feel about my volume? Am I loud enough? Too loud?
Sounds perfect.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Well, we're live. We're going.
All right.
This is
Yeah,
Shattered
we're
Worlds
live.
RPG.
We're
Let me try that again.
World's live.
Yeah. Shattered Worlds. Bum, 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 bum,
Starring
bum.
Seth Meyers.
Sure.
You got so uncomfortable with that.
So I'm Jeff. I'm your lore master. I'll be the guy running the show, sort of in a meta way for our new viewers. I'll be telling stories. These folks will play their characters. We'll all have a good time. AJ, what are you playing?
Hi, I'm AJ. I'm playing Gail Zauber, whose name I'm about to put on the screen eventually. She is a Zentradi magic user, and she's real science-y, real magic-y, real, like, a lot of fun stuff.
Yes.
Antisocial.
Very cool. Rachel, who are you
Hi.
playing?
I am playing Mistletoe, a Vorak warrior bruiser.
Big lady. Anthony, what's your character?
I'm playing Electo. She is Yfrit monk. She's just the cutest little thing. Looking for her lost love and punching things.
Hell yeah.
All
right. Let's see. Likes and wishes, or no, that's at the end. Our safety tools, we use lines and veils. Lines are things we don't want to interact with at all in the run of play. Veils are things that can be mentioned, but we like them to fade to black. Our lines mostly are body horror, slavery, sexual abuse, and then veils are graphic sex and violence. And let me know if there's any I've forgotten. I really should have a Google Doc for this, but hit me up in the chat.
We'll
and so that's that. And of course, we could have a new one every week if a lot's going on in our lives, maybe pandemic, who knows? Don't worry, there's no pandemics this season.
Oh, thank
That's
goodness.
my number one rule. So far. I wrote a little recap for last time. Last time on Shattered Worlds, our heroes investigated the bombing in the superstructure. They contacted the Oakleaf Committee and received workers' uniforms and credentials. They changed in the hotel, then flew on rented scooters to a maintenance entrance. There they met two workers on break, a Lunari and a Zentradi. They went to the blast site where they found several Gillamorian policemen and forensic analysts. Oh, feel free to butt in at any point if you have comments. They poked around a bit, using the threat of structural damage to keep the cops from kicking them out. They learned that the blast originated in a machine near the inner wall of the dome. They had the strong suspicion that the victim of the blast was killed or incapacitated before the bomb went off. They found scrapes on the paint of an inner railing, which encouraged them to track their source. They went down the inside of the wall to a third-floor bridge and found that the bombers entered and left through a door in the outer wall of the dome. After a little hacking and monkeying about with tools, they got through the door. Once outside, they heard shots being fired. They ran to the spot, hiding under a waterfall before charging in to engage the shooter. I need some water. I'm all like dry mouth over here. After a brief but exciting fight, they met and then lost control of a strong young Gillimorian warrior with blonde curls and a handsome, snarling face. He ran, and Missile followed. Gale got stuck at some blast doors, so kept running around the next habitat for an alternate way in. Electo went to find whoever the ghillie had been shooting at. Missile hit the blast doors and went through. Lasers came through a wall of mist, making Missile think she was about to be shot at. She dropped and waited for her next move. Then an ad appeared next to her, encouraging her to go to a nightclub called Zoom Body. So let's start with Electo.
All right. How far? I guess at a certain point, I'm going to realize that I'm not going to catch or see or find anyone that I'm looking for, that the person is being shot at, if there was anyone. And I'll head back toward where I left the rest of the group and try to get my
Okay.
bearings there.
Before you turn back, I wrote a thing. You start to turn back around. You're about like maybe 50 feet past the waterfall, and you see like splashes and bits of dirt, and then you see this big shadow like silently go along the road past and above you. And you look up, and you see one of those blue-clad Zentrite sky blades with the like fluttering silver cloak and a sword belt and wings and the whole thing. And he's just fluttering there like an angel, looking all cool with slow like wing beats. And he floats down to the ground in front of you with his hands up, palms out.
Hi. Can I help you?
Madam, I couldn't help but notice that your party's abilities are unusual for common station workers. Can I infer that you are something akin to security?
Akin to, certainly. And who might you be?
My name is Abelard Ondashar, Skyblade. Skyblade of the first rank Sunward, currently in service to Emperor Aram the First. Long may he reign. And you?
I'm Electo. I just work in here. So, what brings you here, Abalone?
He smiles winningly and kind of whips his luxurious black hair back over his forehead. Yeah, he's gorgeous, light brown skin, strong jaw, kind of a thick gentleman, dark flashing eyes, a wide smile with perfectly white teeth. His wings are blue, with white touches here and there, with silver trim along the end of the feathers, probably microfiber blades for slashing. He wields a sword, shield gauntlet, and personal force field on his belt, as well as an empty holster where you'd expect a sidearm to be, but isn't.
All right. Yeah, I ask him what he's doing here, and then I try to try to walk past him. I'm still looking for, my companions here, and I don't I don't care.
Sure, as you walk past him, he kind of turns and he just sort of starts walking along beside you. Or are you running?
No, I'm just walking. I'm walking fast, but
Cool.
so
yeah,
what are
he's-
you doing here?
I was engaged in battle with a gunman wearing a similar uniform to yourself.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I don't know where. I think he went this way. He was with my friends were chasing him of Vorak and Gale, my friend Gale, and they I think they went this way. I don't suppose you.
Yes, I just heard it, and it's then that you hear like the blast doors that Missile hit like opening, and you hear like psh, hydraulic noises, and you think you might hear a dog barking farther down, but he looks over at you, eyebrows raised, and he says, I'd be happy to give you a lift if you're interested, and his wings kind of flutter a little bit.
Meta here, but how far away am I from the sound? Do I?
Oh, it's like 100 feet.
Thank you so much, but I've got it, and then I'll just break into a full sprint.
Okay. So he's just kind of gracefully following behind and up. He's getting a bird's eye view, fittingly. Let's go over to Gale. You have gone around the bend of this particular habitat, and the ground is getting like it's going up, but like in a gentle rolling hills kind of way. There's like an alpine meadow with lupins and tiny, what are those little tiny daisies?
Dandelions?
Yeah, maybe they're little dandelions or forget-me-nots. There's some little tiny flowers. And I have a thing for this too. You hear barking, and then you see bounding out of a puff of like heather and lavender and other herbs, comes bounding out this Cavalier King James Spaniel. And as soon as he gets fully out with his tail like sort of swishing, he looks over at you and goes,
Oh, hello, doggy. How are you?
it,
Hello?
it wiggles and looks all
Is it like right in
excited.
front of me?
Oh, he's up on the hill, majestic. But yeah, you could go up to him, or he could
I
come
pat
to
my
you.
legs and I tell him to come here.
Okay, it's just coming down the hill, like flopping, ears wiggling all over the place. And it goes, and it gets to you, and then it stands up and holds its front paws out in front of it.
I take his little paws in my hands and I say, hello, how are you? And I scratch his head.
And it says, "Hello, Gale. I'm Zainab. You got yourself a robot dog." And you see a like an input, like a boop boop appears on your wrist unit, your comm device. And you see it's a little advertisement for a free trial for a robotic companion.
Not again. I keep falling for this. Wait a minute. What? I'm chasing a man with a gun. Where the hell did he go?
So you could keep going around to your right, or you hear some commotion back at the blast doors that you just ran away from. So you
I'm
can
gonna
double
keep
back.
going right.
Okay, you keep going. And the dog just kind of keeps bounding along behind you. Are you running or flying? What are you doing?
I don't think I can fly. It just says I can glide.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
probably
That
just
was
running.
Peregrine that could fly. So we'll cut back to Missile. You're lying on your stomach here, and these laser beams are like crisscrossing through the mist above you. That adds boom, 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 boom next to you. What would you like to do?
Do I have any idea what kind of lasers they are? Do they seem dangerous?
Ooh, give me a I don't know, what's a light roll and a bonus if you have security knowledge or what else would that be? What other skills do we have? Computers?
What have I got? Yeah, I've got computers,
Yeah, give me a
perception, combat
computers check.
awareness. I don't know if that works.
Oh, that would work
Repair,
too. You know
electronics.
weapons.
Okay, so,
So,
I
yeah.
got a 4 plus a 6 for light is 10 plus whatever those other things.
Another
Get me.
2, so that's
Okay.
12. So that's a easy success. You don't think they're weapon scopes because they are kind of like wobbling around a bit.
Hmm.
And like when the ad went off, it's like lit you up in multicolor, technicolor in the mist. So it's like you're a boo. So like you'd think they would have all converged on you.
I see. So, am I still hearing music? Am I hearing any music come from where those lasers are?
Not where the lasers are, just this annoying ad to your left. And then
Oh,
it dies.
okay.
It starts to die down and
Okay, so I don't get the feeling that the lasers are coming from the disco being advertised by the.
right, you think they're separate events.
They're separate events. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just still kind of crawling down the hall. Are the lasers hitting me?
No, they're sort of scanning above you.
Oh, okay. So then I'm crawling down the hallway on my elbows.
Okay,
Yeah.
you what's that called? Like jungle crawl it
Yeah, I don't know.
forward. And you get to the edge of a pool. It's like a nicely contoured edge of this pool. There's you see it's worn down where people would have like jumped in. There's like boot scuff marks and things. And as you get to the water, it splashes a little bit and you see ripples flowing across the surface as if something has recently disturbed it.
Hmm. Do I still see the lasers?
Yeah, they're still going. They're clearly coming from across the room. You can see sort of through the bottom layer of mist, and you see the other side of the room. It's about 80 to 100 feet ahead of you. You see there's some kind of machine, and that's where the lasers are coming from.
Okay, so do I need to swim through the pool to get to where those lasers are?
You might be able to walk left or right, or yeah, you could swim through the pool if you want.
Okay, so then in that moment, Missile realizes that she's all by herself. Do I have any kind of way to talk to my friends? Do we have some sort of like cell phone kind of thing?
Yeah, you can always text or call each other, but you've also had like a Star Trek communicator type setup with your oak leaves.
Okay, so I push on my little oak leaf and I say, "Hey, where are you?"
Electo, you're just rounding the corner and you
I-
hear Missile.
I'm here, and I guess I'll come around the corner, see the lasers, and I'll slide across the floor and then roll. And
Hell
then
yeah.
I'll just kind of kip up next to Missile.
Cool. So you're
I
kind of
brought this weird
crouched.
bird guy with us.
Yeah, you're sort of crouched under the lasers and looking down at Missile.
Hi,
Uh,
bird guy.
Oh, he's stayed out of the area for some reason.
Huh.
Not sure why he'd be afraid of some wimpy old lasers. Gail. This just kind of goes on, but you see the entrance to the habitat on your right. It's like a whole big sort of wraparound glass that becomes opaque near the edge. It's sort of an airlock. And you see like fancy couches and things arrayed around it. There's like umbrellas. Clearly there's a cabana situation that can happen here if somebody's renting this habitat, but nobody is. And then you hear your friends have united up farther back.
God, I forgot that you guys weren't behind me. I tried to chase Gunman and it didn't work. I haven't found him. I found a cabana place. I don't know. Maybe he's hiding in here or something. I don't know. I think we may have lost him. It's worth checking the cabana though.
I think he might have gone down through this hallway. And
So
there's
you tell him about the pool. You
the
think
pool
he
and
went
the
this
lasers, and
way.
there were some waves, and hey, why don't you come hang out with us? I hear splitting up the party is a bad idea.
Not always, but yeah.
That's fair. I'm kind of useless on my own. So, well, not useless. I have many magical powers, but I mean, I can't defend myself very well. So and I start running back.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll bring up Abalone or Alabaster.
Abelard?
Abelard, and
So you wave for
I'm
him
shy
in,
with-
and he slides up next to the blast door side, and he taps a few buttons on his holographic volumetric display, and the mist starts to subside, and the lights go all through the length of the chamber. And it's now that I can describe it, and Gail, they'll send you a little video so you see it before you get there. You're in a teardrop-shaped chamber, the narrow portion ending at the blast doors you just came through. The chamber extends roughly 100 feet until ending at a small maintenance access door with a variety of machines and robot charging stations along the perimeter. The ceiling is about 10 feet high, lined with pipes, conduits, and sprinklers. Most of the ground is taken up by a pool, which is where the mist is coming from that the lasers, until recently, were shining through. You can see ripples and waves on the surface of the water, which suggests that someone or something has recently gone under. The source of the lasers seems to be a heavy-duty drone with 4 tripod legs clutching the ground in front of the maintenance access door. The drone's head has multiple tubes jutting from it, possibly weapons. Although the drone is so small, they're unlikely to be heavy projectile weapons. Possibly darts or other light arms or just tools. The lasers are still painting your position, but so far no weapons have gone off. And also, Gale, you get to meet Abelard. You come up behind him, and he just gracefully turns and gives you an appraising look.
I came as fast as I. Hello.
Madam, my name is Abelard Ondashar, Skyblade of the First Rank Sunward, currently in service to Emperor Aram I. Long may he reign. And you?
I'm Gail Zauber. I make magic items.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Your
Pleasure
friends
to
seem
meet
to
you
be
as
in
well.
some sort of distress.
Oh, yes, we're looking for some people who may have done a bad thing. I'm pretty sure they did a murder. Maybe not even the first one. Maybe they've done more. I don't know. But they seem experienced. They had guns. They shot at us a few times.
Well, it sounds like you're farther along in this case than I am. And he floats in over the pool and sort of gets a look at the area.
We think they may be the children of Slain. They appear to have a presence here.
He nods sagely and says, For my money, I believe that the bombers are part of a Gillamorian splinter group. I believe they're attempting to implicate the children of Slain, and to sow discord between the attendees of the festival and the security forces. I've identified their rear guardian, and he pulls up a little picture and sends it to your devices. He's a member of a lost civilization, the Yanaseed people from Antares. Do you know anything about them? And sure enough, it's the picture of the guy you saw and without his hood on, his like flowing blonde curls are just exquisite, and he's got this rugged, handsome face with a scar on one cheek.
So this is the guy that was shooting at us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's Gunman. We saw him piss his pants.
He smiles appreciatively. He says, "Well, that's excellent work, Gale.
So
Security
you're saying,
will be here." Oh, go ahead.
You're saying this guy was part of this faction of people from this lost civilization?
That's my contention. And you
Oh,
see,
okay.
there's a pretty flimsy dossier on this guy. His name is Maladur Porgulain, and he's a disgraced member of the family. He was pardoned for his crimes, apparently, by his brother, who now runs that branch of the family, the Deepwell Fortress Porgulains. And apparently he's been doing low-level diplomatic work, just office stuff behind the scenes. Certainly shouldn't be a blue-suited, behind-the-scenes worker at this fancy party.
I mean, it seems weird that they would let him go back into political work considering his past, but I mean, I guess this is where we are.
Yes, unfortunately, there's very little known about these people. Lasika Porgulain is his older sister-in-law. She's married to a Mistral named Talon. I believe she's on the station, actually. We might want to warn her if this is a factional dispute. But I don't actually know what your role is in this. And then you realize he gets a little ping on his device, and he goes, security will be here any moment. If you wish to stay off their radar, we must move quickly. I've deactivated their sensors in this area, but that won't hold for long. Someone's bound to have heard the shooting inside these habitats, or with passive sensors. I estimate we have less than a minute to go to ground.
Let's go through that door.
Yeah, let's go to ground.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I'll
so
jump over the little pond and head toward that maintenance hatch.
Oh, it's actually really long, so you can walk
Oh,
around it
I'll
where
walk
all the
around it.
machines are and stuff. And you see all these different robot kind of devices charging in their little cubicles, like unique Borgs, bugs and little people, Roombas, all that. You walk past the drone, and clearly it was just designed to scare you. Like, it seems to have no other purpose. You can investigate it if you like, but
I would like to investigate it.
okay. And the dog is following you.
Goddamn dog.
So Missile and Electo, do you want to check out this door? Do you just want to throw it open? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I just open it.
All right. It's a door. It
It's a
opens
door.
up into a I don't know, maybe 20-foot deep storage room with all sorts of tools. There's a little workbench.
I got a 19 investigating that drone.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you that's a medium success. So you basically realize that it's a multifunction droid. It can when it's small, it can shrink into the size of a briefcase or kind of a thicker suitcase. And it can be walked like just a regular old piece of luggage. You don't know what all the little thingies do, but you think basically it was designed to create holograms and things. If you wanted to take it, it might have some data, or you could see if there's like a data card you could pull out.
I would love to
or you
look
could
for a
scan
data
it with
card
your
to put
device.
out.
What's that?
I would love to look for a data card to take out.
Okay, yeah, you pull out a little thing.
Is there any way to transfer the data onto my oak leaf thing or like a communicator and then put it right back in?
So it's secure and encrypted or whatever?
Just so
Like you
I can have
download
a
it all.
copy and like put it back in.
Sure, and you put it back in. Are you leaving the whole thing here? Are you taking it with you?
I'm leaving the whole thing there.
Okay. So like evidence for the cops to have something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Make them feel like they're helping, you know?
Missile, Electo, do you want to search that room or leave it alone? What are you doing?
The tear shaped room. Considering we only have
The storage room in the back there.
I'm thinking I want to bug out, so head for the maintenance hatch. It's my goal.
Yeah, it's just a storage room. There might be a
okay.
secret door out of it or something, but
I
yeah,
missed that.
it's
Okay.
it's just a room.
Yeah, I'll do a cursory search.
Okay, give me an investigation.
Roll.
Oh, and I'll give you +2 because you guys are getting secret information from the artist, so you know he might be able to find anything that's been changed since the map was created or whatever.
I don't have investigation. I have perception. I'm not sure
Sure.
if that's applicable. Okay, so I rolled a
We'll
4,
just be-
perception of 2, and a light of 8. So that's 14.
So an easy success. So yeah, you find all sorts of different supplies for repairing drones. You find extra hand terminals without batteries, just backups for everything. But you don't find any secret passageways.
All right. Well, we gotta find a way out of here.
So, Mistletoe looks around. Is there anything like a laser cutter kind of thing, like a sawzall?
Hell
Kind
yeah.
of-
You pull up this thing, it's about 10 pounds and it's got several different
Awesome. Okay.
tool jobbies on it. You
Okay.
strap it over your shoulder.
Yeah, I grabbed that, and I look for snacks.
Yes, you find a ton of snacks. It's like one of those things that you ever go to a factory and they have those tables with like
Right.
candy and you have to put 50 cents in the cardboard box or whatever.
So I
It's like
just
that.
grab like handfuls of those and put them in the pockets of my. I've still got on that cool suit.
Your
right?
cargo
My cargo.
suit.
I
Yeah.
just shove, just full.
Every available pocket has granola bars, chips,
nice,
you name it.
nice. All right.
And
I'm
the
ready.
kitten looks fearfully out of your shirt around because it heard a dog, but it hasn't seen it yet.
No, I tell it not to worry. I say
I don't know what I
It's
was
a good
expecting,
dog.
but it wasn't that.
I'll be right back. I forgot water.
Okay. I grab a chainsaw and I look for snacks.
Hey, priorities, you know?
Why did you need the chainsaw to look for snacks?
Oh, I didn't need the laser cutter to look for snacks. I'm just looking for things that could be useful. That could be because I figure, well, we'll see. Anyway, so I'm looking in this room, and do I see? Is there a door out of the room?
Yeah, give me an investigation roll. Just another light roll.
Okay. So, that's another 10
Like all together.
plus I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, you mean you already added your light to it? I forget you
Right.
have such a small light stat.
Yeah, I've only
Relative
got
to other
6
characters.
on my light, so
Oh my
So yeah, same deal.
Oh
You
my
found the
goodness.
stuff you found, but no treasure or secret doors or anything.
okay. But is there a way? Can we go through this room? Is there?
Not that you know of.
And so if we back out of the room, then are we risking being discovered, or are we?
Oh, you might be. The guy is like looking nervously at his watch.
Okay, so I take my laser cutter and I look for a spot on the wall that I think might get us
You're
out
gonna
of there.
carve through the bulkhead?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! You're knocking on it with the butt of the thing, and you're like, "Here's a good spot."
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, y'all turn away. It's super bright. There's sparks flying everywhere. And then the guy looks down into the pool, like below
Mhm.
where the drone is, and lights go off his shoulders and shine through the murk. And he's like, "Oh, there's several openings down there. That must be how the gillies swim about."
Oh, yeah, how our gunman got out of here. I was wondering.
So, Geronimo?
So I've cut a hole in the
luck.
wall, but we're going to go down through the pool. Am I picturing things correctly?
I'm not going down.
You're
that
just over
hole.
here.
Yeah.
I'm not a Gilmorian. I can't hold my breath that long.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, how long can a normal person hold their breath underwater while doing strenuous activity?
Oh,
One minute.
a minute and a half.
A minute, yeah. So those tubes you remember from the design specs, like you can adjust the flow of the current so you go faster, but then since you're not a good swimmer necessarily, that could also lead to problems like if you swished past where you wanted to go or whatever. But theoretically, you could take over the current control system, which could help make you go faster. But yeah, without rebreathers and stuff, it'd be hard to. You certainly couldn't do it as well as the Gilmorians.
Go through the wall. Go.
But I
through
did
the
hear a
wall.
Geronimo.
I would thought that was in reference to going through the wall.
Ah, okay.
Once Mistletoe gets the wall weak enough that I think I can punch through it, I will use Cyclops strike and
Oh hell yeah! So you're just
try to break the wall. Yeah.
you're just preparing
Lining
this
up.
shit. The door just clatters into the tunnel beyond. And it's then that you see the very simple locking mechanism and like wire up into like a little button with a doorbell.
Oh, I'm talking about
next to
where Mistletoe's cutting into the wall. I'm gonna
Yeah.
finish punching the hole. Okay.
I just like that because it's like if you just rolled like one more on your investigation check, you would
right.
have seen the
The
doorbell
button to open
thing.
the door.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Gotcha.
So Abelard sees this dramatic event happen, and he's like, "I must go connect with my fellows, but I'd be happy to reconnect with you on my next break, if you're interested."
I'll give him my personal cell phone number or whatever, text message.
Cool. He smiles
Address.
and gives you his digits. He says, "There's 6 of us on the Viceroy's security detail, but we rotate. That's why I was able to be here at all. Well, all right. I'll let you get on with your adventure."
All right. Well, it was good seeing you. We will keep in touch, I guess.
He says, "Oh, I forgot." And he pulls out this little I don't know, black knobby stick thing, and he shows it to you, Gale, and he pushes a button on the side, and the end lifts up a little bit, and there's a circle and some runes or whatever, and he puts it up to the doorbell thing that's now useless because you blew up the door, and it
Oh,
goes
yeah.
and opens up, and you see the lock mechanism. And he's like, "This can open most of the locks on the station. We're not supposed to have this, obviously, so keep it somewhere safe." And he winks, and he says, and he kind of does a little salute, and he flies away. Oh,
I
he
love
says
that
it
man.
usually takes about a minute to break through most security measures. It's got like its own little hacking system.
Why is this guy helping us? That's very suspicious.
I don't know, but he just gave me a piece of tech that could unlock things. I love him.
Okay.
So AJ, write on your character sheet code breaker key.
All right. Code.
So to speculate why he might help you, basically you think maybe since he's a bodyguard, he wants to know why somebody's setting off bombs on the station. That's the most likely honest motivation. Obviously, it's Shattered Worlds, so there's a myriad dishonest motivations.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't. Who did he say he was with? Some sort of viceroy? I don't. Ah, God. Maybe they're trying to. Maybe they're trying to go after the same information we are with the Oakleaf organization.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't just give tech and confidential information to some randos. So I don't know why he would, but I don't know.
Obviously, they saw that I could open any door anyway, and so they just decided they didn't want the station tore apart, and so they gave us a key. They just saw how badass I was. That's all there is to it.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
That's
That actually
fair.
makes the most sense. So what's beyond this hole in the wall that we have made?
There's
other side of
a maintenance walkway with conduits and so on. It's just boring gray. There's little tracks for your wheeled robots. More little charging stations and terminals every 20 feet or so. It's one of those tunnels where the lights snap on as you get within, 50 feet or so. And if anybody wants to sort of map it, I do have roll 20, but it's not really set up to do much for you. But you can, if you guys just want to go down this corridor, you can map where we go left and right and so on.
Okay.
Okay.
So it goes up about 100 feet and then turns right.
All right. We go right.
All right.
Well, I don't want to speak for. Does everyone else want to go right?
Oh, sure.
We could punch another hole in the wall, but let's go right.
Ah, I'm going right. I'm
Okay.
eating a snack.
So
You
you
don't
guys
need
come
to
to
punch
the end
holes
of the
in walls
hallway.
anymore.
Are you running? Are you sneaking? Are you just strolling?
I think for the do you guys think running or sneaking would be better?
I think we've lost the element of being able to sneak when we, busted through the wall. I think that was, and there's nowhere else to go. So I think moving quickly, I think running is probably a bad idea since we can't see that far ahead, but maybe just moving briskly until either the
Mistletoe
path-
just starts
And-
walking. He just starts walking at a reasonable pace.
there. Yeah.
Can we not see far ahead? Because I
Because
believe
The lights
believe
only the lights
one of my
only-
racial traits is that
Oh,
I can glow.
Yeah. Yeah, you can glow. Y'all have your hand terminals to light up the way. Plus, it lights up as you get closer to it.
Yeah,
So
when
you
I'm
get
saying
to
that-
the turn, you look around the corner, you see it goes down another 50 feet, and then there's a four-way intersection, and it continues on into the murk.
If we go left or right here, then we can start sneaking, I think. If we want to do that.
Okay.
I vote sneak.
So I don't know. We'll just go left.
All right. Okay. You go left. Sorry, I'm checking my notes here.
No worries.
You see another 50 feet. There's another four-way intersection. It's down a few steps, so you think it's going down under the habitats. But yeah, another 50 feet, it goes left, right, and forward. And you start hearing a distant wailing siren, like another fire drill or some sort of warning klaxon. But like up above you somewhere.
They figured us out.
I vote we keep going lower because that gets us closer to the ground exit.
And keep going left so we don't get lost.
Yeah, that I agree with
Okay.
that. Unless it takes us in a square. In that case, we'll do a different direction.
Okay. You so you go down to that four-way intersection. There's nothing going on forward or right. You turn left, goes down another 50 feet and keeps going on ahead and then goes right.
Okay.
All right.
And
All
as
right.
you get down there, it's going a little lower again. And there's signs on the walls like a bulletin board, like, you know, my kid needs a pickup at piano lessons at so and so, and there's those little
That
strips
guy.
at the bottom that you can like pull off, and it's got a number. Somebody needs another roommate, you know, stuff like that.
One of the cops' kids was having piano lessons or something. Anyway.
Oh god, yeah. Oh my god, why are these
I think it was racquetball practice, something like that.
All right. So I guess we keep cautiously moving along.
Yeah. Should we be making any like stealth rolls or anything, or do we have any homework?
You can, but so far you haven't heard anybody down here.
Okay, then okay.
Ooh, sorry.
Think we're
So are
good
you going to
just
go forward or right?
What say you? I don't kind of leaning right.
Yeah, I'm also leaning right.
Okay.
Mistletoe
Right.
is just kind of bopping along, and she's singing a little song to herself. She says, I
Nice.
like kitties and I like snacks, and I have a lot of snacks, but just one kitty. I hope the kitty likes the snacks, 'cause I have a lot of snacks and just one kitty.
So Zainab is yipping and circling around you and hopping. Just loves it. She says, "Did you write that song?
No, I sang it.
Oh, it's lovely."
Is that the cat or the robot dog?
The robot dog.
That's the dog.
robot
Okay.
dog.
Robot dog.
So this track turns to the left, and you hear some noise around that corner.
We peek. We don't go fully past it. We peek around that corner.
Cool. You see it opens into a large room. It looks kind of like a hangout spot. There's a foosball table, like one of those stand-up arcade machines. There's a couple long tables. It's like a galley sort of workers' break room lounge situation. And
Are
it
there people
goes-
in there?
There's a door at the far end and then one sort of halfway down that goes left. And there's a person in there.
Mm-hmm.
You see a guy sitting at the table tinkering with a robot that seems to be still partially active, clicking and blinking. and
Mistletoe
stuff.
waves. Hi, would you like a
Ah.
snack? And she holds out like a handful of assorted snacks.
Oh, he stands up creakily to his feet. He's like a big kind of rotund Dvorak, balding, big Coke bottle glasses, and he hitches up his pants a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, hey, don't recognize you." And then he snaps his fingers, and the drone he was tinkering on floats up and hovers over his shoulders, but like two of its legs are all just sort of limply flopping.
Yeah, we're normally stationed over at sector 16Z, and we were sent over here because of the explosion.
I'm Mistletoe. I give people snacks. That's my job. It's a good job. It's very important. Here's some snacks.
I'm staying so quiet and so stiff.
That's a neat
Okay,
drone
so-
you have.
So this is great. He realizes that the two of you are lower level workers, and like he's nice, but he's paying attention to the Vorak here in the designer's outfit. He says, hello, Missile. Name's Froga. By the way, Froga Evachum. One of the original designers on this thing, sure enough. And he walks forward and reaches out his hand to shake yours.
I just drop a bunch of snacks in it. And then I
Oh,
shake his hand
great.
at the same time.
He looks down. He's got trail mix. He's got some
And they get
raisinets.
kind of crunched up in my grip, but
He politely sets them on the table next to you. And he says, "Those look tasty there."
Just some crumbly powdered donuts now.
Well, Missile, what brings you and your friends over to Sector 4G?
there was a big explosion. Yeah, big noise, and I didn't know what to think about it. Why do you think there was an explosion?
Gosh, I don't know. I'm asking everyone I run into. Nobody seems to know anything.
It seems like a bad thing when things explode, right?
Oh, you're telling me on a space station? We could all get sucked into the vacuum of space. I mean,
Oh,
of course,
no.
there's a lot of redundancy and such. Oh, is that one of those robot dogs? And he crouches and he's petting the dog. These things are expensive.
Well, he's messing around with the dog and Missile. I'll cautiously go. I'll go over to the other door, the one halfway through the room off the left, and I'll peer inside.
Okay, the door is wide open. You look down. It's just another regular old tunnel. It goes down to a three-way intersection. Another 50 feet down. Just a regular old hallway.
You see a Gale-sized cartoonish cloud of dust as I literally run over to get next to Electo and away from this situation.
Oh, nice. All right, you book around across the way there, and yeah, typical break room. Nothing to see here. So you guys are together. Missile, Froga says, I had a thing. You sure you should be letting that robot run around down here? We got a lot of big machines and things. I'd hate to see it goof around and get crushed by a crawler.
Oh no, that would be terrible. What should we do?
Well, I
Maybe
mean, you can order it to go back up topside, or we could put it in one of the chutes here. And he points at the a sort of small oval shaped
But I think it likes us.
hatch thing.
Can I tell
Oh
it
yeah,
not-
they're programmed to like you. That's how they get you. You get the 2-day free trial, and then it's 10,000 Connells a day after that.
Oh man, that sounds terrible. I don't have that much Connells.
But that 2-day trial, I mean, you'll
Huh.
never forget it. It's like heroin, but from what I've heard.
What's heroin?
He blinks.
This is-
Hey, did you hear that shooting a little bit ago?
I
That was
did.
crazy.
Was that heroin? I heard people shoot heroin.
What's behind door number 2, boss?
Who's on first? You go over. That door is also open. It's a hallway that kind of slides up, and you see it widens out. There's like a golf cart about halfway up this track.
So have Gale and Electa taken off without me?
No,
I'm
they're just a
waiting by
little
the
bit
door.
They're waiting by
just
the
on the other side of the
Okay,
room.
so then she says, hey, Gale, hey, Electa, what do you want to do with the robot dog? Do we want to put it down a chute?
Why don't we have it follow us just over here a little bit into this hallway?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can give it a ride on this cart.
Yeah,
I like
maybe.
that.
Maybe, or maybe something else.
Okay, I'm sorry. Tell me the name again of the guy that I'm talking to.
Oh, his name's Froga.
Froga? Like Kroger, like the grocery store? Or Froga, like a
Oh yeah,
Froger?
it's like Kroger, but Froger, but
Got
then
it.
like pronounced by a guy from Boston.
Ah,
Froga.
okay, thanks. All right, I think I can remember all that. All right.
Yeah, Froga.
So it's Frogger with a long O. Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, so Froger, are you married?
He gives you like, "What's up?" look.
Man.
Says, "Well, actually, we're still technically partnered, but she's all the way back on the home world, and it's been about 2 years, so
That's so
it's just
sad.
about closing time."
You must miss her terribly.
Here and there. And you see a little tear kind of forming in his eye.
Oh. I didn't expect to care about Froga.
You know, Froga, when I get sad, I take out my pet kitten. I think you need a pet kitten.
Oh, wait a minute. And he pulls out this, like, it looks like a jeweler's loop, but it has all sorts of holographic business going on. And you see all these things appear around the kitten's head. And he goes, that's not one of ours. Did you bring that on the station?
No, I found it here.
And his eyes are just like boggling. He's like, I got it. And he starts tapping something on his little wrist pad.
I think we need to go. And I'll start
Let's
like
go.
tugging. I'll start tugging on Missile's elbow.
I just missed the cat.
He says, well, be careful. You don't want to run into security during an alert. They'll lock you down tighter than a...
Well, why don't you come with us? I mean, it's
He
not
looks around.
I think it would be best for us to go with just the three of us. Let's
not
go.
like you're.
We have that job we have to do just down this hallway with the golf cart.
But we made a friend.
And sometimes
He
we need
says,
to
"You
leave
know what?
friends."
Actually, I have a safety meeting in about 15 minutes, but I could send Snick with you. He can help you get through doors, around, security, things like that."
Ooh. What's a snick?
Oh, that's this guy right here, and he taps a few buttons, and it's the legs you thought were busted, like spark into life and hug up under his body. It looks kind of like a beetle, a circular beetle. Legs hang down below it, and it just sort of hovers. It's got multiple eyes, probably different spectral sensors with different spectra.
What do you two think? Do we want to bring this friend with us?
I think between the cat and the robot dog, we have plenty of friends.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
All right, let me just find the cat. And so she's looking for the cat now.
I think I saw
Okay.
it down this hallway.
He
I
says,
don't
"Well,
think so.
Missile, I don't know how often you get down below, but we could meet up over at the Raging Fanny.
That's a funny name, says Mistletoe.
That's a great spot for a first date if you're sleaze.
Guys, thank you for joining Shattered World. It's been a great show.
Pretty sure I went to the
Electo.
Raging Fanny in San Francisco when I lived there.
It sounds like a fun place. So Mistletoe says, yeah, I just got to find my cat.
I saw it down this hallway.
Your cat is still in your pocket, or did
I
it run
dismissed
off?
it. I dismissed the cat.
You dismissed it?
I did.
Oh my god. I'm sorry I missed that. So now Froga knows you're a magic user, and he looks kind of at once excited and kind of freaked.
Wait,
but he
does he know
says,
that
"Yeah,
I'm a
I'll."
magic- Does he know that I'm
One
a
of
magic
you
user?
is anyway.
Okay.
Magic
You know,
users
'cause
are
the
rare.
cat just
People are.
disappeared.
Yeah, some people are more excited by them than others. In fact, he might even think the cat is a magical being that can appear and disappear at will, which is also fun. But yeah, he says, I get off in about 3 hours. I'm usually there until just after dinner time, so he hopes to see you there at the Raging Fanny.
Okay.
And Electo, you've looked at the maps. You know it's down. Or Gale, I guess you hacked the security earlier. So you
Mhm.
know it's down in the Vorok section, which is below the city.
All right. Well, Mistletoe lumbers down the hall full speed looking for her cat. Clomp,
Oh my
clomp,
God.
She's
clomp.
down the hallway. She's down
Making-
the hallway now.
Big noise.
Yeah,
Kitty!
so
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
so you get to
kitty,
that
kitty,
golf cart, and
Kitty.
I put the cat back once she's in the hallway.
Phew.
oh, nice. Is it the
Kitty!
same one or is it a different one?
It's the same one.
Nice.
I don't want to confuse Missile right now. We need to keep things straight.
That was probably a
Uh.
good call. She would think it was another cat and would still be looking for the first one.
So you guys get to the golf cart. The door to the break room closes, and unbeknownst to you, the guy opens up the powdered donuts and starts scarfing them
Nice.
Wonderful.
down. So you guys want to get on this golf cart?
First things first, is the robotic dog still following us?
Yeah.
Okay, can I take the code breaker key and make the dog forget that it ever saw us? Is that what that's for?
Let's find out. Give me a computers check.
Oh god, I don't think I have any skills. in
Because it can
computers.
break through pretty high level encryption. So it might let you tinker with the robots. What do you call those? They're base files. They're architecture. I don't know computers.
All right. I don't have
The diagnostic mode.
I do not have a computer's skill. So what would
Uh-huh.
that be under?
Let's see. It's a light stat thing. It could be. I think you have tech sense.
I do have
Is that
tech
right?
sense. I have rank in tech sense.
So give me a tech sense roll. That'll tell you if you have the stuff to crack this robot.
Oh my god, thank god, because if it didn't have rank, it would be a 14, but since it does, it's a 16.
Okay, nice. You can tell that it would take a long time to break through this thing's security. Obviously, it's super expensive, so they paid for the full package. So it could take minutes for this thing to crack it.
Is it still going
But you
to
could set it
follow
and
us?
forget it while you drive around or whatever.
Yeah, I think I want to set it and forget it.
Cool. So the dog hops up on the back of the cart and looks around, tails wagging. It says, "Gale, I noticed you have a fun toy. What is it?"
Oh, it's real interesting. You just put it like this, and then I touch its head with it.
Nice. It's like, ooh, it's doing something. So you guys consult your maps. You can take the golf cart further down. You can go to different areas of the station. Now you're in the golf cart section of the architecture, and it can float for short periods and then connect with other ones. It's like a modular train, kind of, basically. So you can zip down fast corridors and all that.
All right. Who's driving?
Mistletoe's driving.
Nice. So you're hunched over the little steering wheel. Or no, I guess it's designed for Vorax. So
It's
yeah.
designed for Vorax, and she
Ooh,
went
so
to
There's a big wheel and a little wheel for the Gillimorians.
so
if
she
they
went
have
to
use it.
driving school, and she learned that there was this driving technique called push pull instead of 10 and 2, and so you just kind of put your hands in your lap and sort of push the steering wheel this way and that way. But she hasn't really ever gotten to drive one of these things before. She just kind of got to use a simulator. So she's just going like, "Erk, erk," but her hands are in her lap the whole time. So it's kind of really unnerving because it looks like you can't really see that she's holding the steering wheel at all. So
So you guys are bucking and jiving and weaving.
Gail's getting travel sick.
isn't this great? I love driving.
It's great.
Oh, are you okay?
I'm fine. A little smoother, please.
Sorry.
If you like, I can take over driving, the dog says.
Is it done forgetting us?
We could always just put it
You
in the
haven't
chute.
quite unlocked it yet. But it's doing that thing where its tail is up and it haunches down over its front paws, and its eyes are flashing like it could do some sync up with the golf cart and drive it for you if you want.
You know what? Yeah, go ahead, drive.
Okay. All of a sudden, the golf cart is just smoothly rolling. It's
Oh, you're a good
Yeah.
driver, doggy.
thank
Gail
you.
takes her first breath of air in like 10 minutes.
Zainab says, "Did you catch the guy you were chasing?"
You're very nosy for a robot dog.
Oh, I'm programmed for excitement, for interest, for interaction, and more.
Intimacy.
Oh,
It tilts its head in that dog like, I'm not sure what that means. thing.
Emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy. Get your
It-
mind out of the
Connections.
gutter.
Yes, I can
Itchiness.
connect with you on a deep spiritual and emotional level, and also bring you closer with your friends and family. And it squats down in between two of you.
God damn it, every time I pet the robot dog.
Oh, that last one was a hellhound, lest we forget.
No!
So, yeah, you guys can get anywhere in the station. You could go back to your hotel. You could, really, you have the run of the place.
Is there? I don't think there's anything else that we.
Oh, this is like in Grand Theft Auto, you can get your stars to go back to 0.
Yes.
So, you're not being chased anymore, basically.
Right.
I think-
We can chainsaw a prostitute and then get back in the golf cart and drive around until the stars go back down to 0. Is
Yeah.
that-
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
We can crash our regular golf cart into a cop golf cart and then just walk away like nothing happened.
We get a cool 80s soundtrack.
Yeah. All right. So if we're able to get out of here safely at this point, then I think we need to go report what we've found to the Oak Leaf Order.
Cool. So you
That's a
find a
great
spot
idea.
to a
Excellent.
charging station for the golf course, and it's next to like a circular lift that'll take you back up to the south side of the Central Park, where you appear in like a cute gazebo on a little island inside a meditation pool. So on the south side of Central Park, just draw a little meditation pool in your mind. And you see a deer like look over at you guys like all confused, and the dog goes, it's like real still and staring at it. Oh, and then all your comm devices bing, ping, 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 like alerts all over the place.
Oh, goodness. I guess I look at it and see what's up.
All right, you see the fuzzed out image of the artist with their electronically altered voice, and they say, "Where are you? Are you safe?"
Yeah, we just got out of the big tower. I forget the name of it.
The side of the dome, you mean?
tower. What? Yes, that.
The central pillar.
Yes.
Yeah,
Central
the
Pillar.
central pillar. Gotcha. Now you guys didn't actually go in that, did you?
No, we went up by this the superstructure near the nipple, and then
Right, near the
made our
nipple,
way
that's
down
right.
through the superstructure into the maintenance tunnels.
Gotcha. He says there was another bombing on the South Dock, which where did I put it? I can't remember what it's called, but it's the dock on the south side of the station. I'm looking it up now.
Oh my word! I hope no one was hurt.
Unfortunately, 3 people were hurt, including one of the visiting dignitaries.
This is no good.
Was it a similar situation? Like, were they workers here or were they civilians?
The two were workers. They were security personnel, and they were guarding a VIP who has had both their legs crushed by falling rubble and an I-beam, like in Star Trek when the whole ceiling comes down and there's like shit all diagonally. It was like that. You see some images from the news. It's disturbing. There's smoke everywhere.
Oof.
Any leads on the suspect? Anyone see anything? Gilmorians, perhaps?
Why, do you know something?
Yeah, we'll give them the full account of our adventure.
Oh, okay, interesting. Says I'll do some background on those people you met. Did you pay to rent that dog thing?
It just
I think it's not a free trial thing. I touched him with this key thing. It's going to make him forget that he saw us.
Okay, I mean, we have the expense account, but just exercise your best judgment.
how easy it is to hack those things. I don't want to have someone hack our robot dog and know everything about us. Maybe I'm getting too paranoid in my old age.
So now
20
the
years
stick has unlocked the dog just coincidentally at the same time as you said that.
So it's forgotten that it ever saw us.
Well, now you have to input the commands or whatever. You have to do the actual thing, but you can do that while y'all are talking to the artist.
All right. Well, then I erase the data of like the past however long it's been like since it first saw us to now, and then order it to go back upstairs.
Oh, cool. Okay, so back to wherever it was.
Yes.
Okay, it runs across the park, just majestically yipping at butterflies and stuff. Or it swims through the water. It's adorable.
All right, so that should be solved.
Yeah. And those things, the way they work is if anybody shows any interest in them, they immediately like go right at them and try to be their friend. So you see that happen farther away.
Anyway, do we have an identity on the dignitary? The one that was
well, they haven't announced it, but I'm doing some digging. Cthulhu is on his way there directly. I also have your next mission.
A mission? Are we gonna find out who's doing these bombings? I feel like I need to punch them.
Do you have any questions for the artist? Do you want to learn more about this mission? Do you want to go to the dock where the blast was? What's your next move?
I kind of want to hear what the mission is, and if that seems more pressing, we do that, and if not, then we go to the dock. Does that sound agreeable?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Okay. He says, we have a possible connection. Someone who's almost certainly part of the Cabal. She's a sorcerer, according to best intel, and she's got a lot of resources behind her. Name's Giselle Roshana Deem. Lunari, connected to the Tongbao sect of the Shadowin. Serious operator. She's throwing a party for second-tier diplomats. I could get you in as guests or as staff, it's up to you. The Emperor's man Flint may be there. Captain Taco of the ADC. Gilly Diplomat from that secret Civ on Antares. A lot of potential contacts.
And when is this party?
What is it now? It's still daytime, right? It's like 1, I think. Something around there. We'll say it's before dinner. What's a before dinner gathering like? High tea, supper, 4 or 5, somewhere in there.
Fancy. We can make it high tea, I guess.
Yeah, it'll be high tea at the all that I can think of is Salacious Crumb Room, but that's not good. We'll call it the
Salacious Crumb Room could be very good. Are you sure it's not that?
Salmon Salacious Crumb Room.
Salmon Salacious Crumb Room. You know, it sounds
that's
like
where it's going to be. So
you think
that's
maybe
up
there's
on the
muffins and
nipple.
crumpets there.
That's up on the nipple, which is like your fanciest VIP. It's like a Galleria Mall meets the what's that one in LA that's all super fancy? It's like the fanciest mall in the universe is up there. So
Okay.
All right.
I would love to dress fancy. Because it's not my clothes and I don't have to keep them. So I can keep my vow of poverty while still jazzing it up. But I think it might make more sense. Would it be possible to maybe get established as maybe somebody's bodyguards, or since we're, 2 bruisers and I think it makes more sense than us trying to be fancy pants people.
yeah, I'm glad you asked. The boss gave me a Trojan we can put in design safety, and I've got you down as private security from Energon. That's a Ferrule subsidiary that does this kind of rapid investigation, which will make sense why you ran into the investigation quickly before the cops had made any progress. The cops may bring you in. The worst that could happen is they'll want to debrief you. That can't be helped, but at least they won't try to collar you. DSD's outside liaison is a cat named Romby Fanagallaframe. Rom to his familiars, Officer Fan to you and me. The guy's good, but I'm better. Just play along and tell him everything you know, except who you really work for. Last thing we need is a dust-up over jurisdiction. Your consultants, cops for hire, that's it. If they think you're in the game, they'll squeeze you dry. Can't have that. Of course, this means the crooks will know you're cops too, which means you have to play it cool. Cops are just as corruptible as civs, so they may still try to roll you in. Very few folks know Energon's connections, and just because someone gets a paycheck from Ferrule doesn't make them family. Play that if you can. It might work out. Important thing is that they think you have resources and that you know how to keep your mouth shut. Eyes open, ears wide. Get me?
One question. Is it possible for me to be disguised as a guest and these two be disguised as my private security? I don't think I'm going to pass as security. I'm
Absolutely.
not very punchy.
Absolutely. Send me some design specs and I'll get something made up for you. We've still got 3.5 hours. It's at 4:30, so we should be good. By the way, Missile, that's also about the time that your boy Froga said he'd be at the Raging Fanny.
I think Mistletoe may already have forgotten about him. He's doomed to disappointment.
Oh no.
Oh, poor guy.
She might remember later, but so what she heard is that there's a party. So we're going to party?
We're going to party.
All right, I have snacks. And she pulls some snacks out and hands them over to this guy whose name I can't remember, so probably Mistletoe can't remember either. Snacks!
I think.
Do y'all have any more questions for Artist?
So we're talking to artists now?
Yeah, over comm devices.
Over our comm devices. Artist
you handed
isn't...
your snacks to the watch.
Yeah. Nah, she's not that dumb. Okay. All right. She doesn't try to do that, but she does show the snacks through the comm because she's very proud of them. I have snacks.
Okay. His fuzzy avatar raises its eyebrows and he goes, great.
As long as you have snacks, you can do anything.
Well, I think they'll have hors d'oeuvres at this function you're going to, so.
Fancy snacks.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Small snacks.
Or don't. Or. I'll try them.
Okay. Any other questions for?
Okay, so let me just, as Rachel, make sure I'm clear on some things. So, there was another explosion. Somebody got hurt. Did they die or did they just get their legs crushed?
Just got their legs crushed. Their bodyguards got some other less serious injuries.
Okay, so nobody died. We're going to this fancy party to try to get some information. And there's forces that may try to recruit and or corrupt and or kill us. Is that have I got the gist of it?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Awesome. I think Mistletoe can understand all that just fine.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So is Mistletoe wearing something that looks like a bodyguard or security, or she's still in her
You've got your
repair?
regular clothes under your coveralls. You could go back to the hotel room and get a new outfit. I imagine that's what Gail is doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So I guess we all go back to the hotel and put on our party clothes. Is that
Yeah,
what we
I
do?
mean, you guys could do a shopping interlude if you want to do it in person, or you could just order them and have them flown to your hotel room.
I'd like to think if I'm going to be Gail's bodyguard, I'd wear like a really nice sharp suit, like the black suit, the skinny tie, kind of very pro security, sunglasses, the aviators. I can
Hell
pretend
yeah.
to talk into my earpiece.
Okay, Mistletoe's going for another approach. She's getting it's kind of like what she's got on, but it's all black and shiny, and it's got pockets everywhere and battery packs so that any kind of device can be plugged in. And she really likes her laser cutters, so she's got like a fancy case for that
Nice.
put on there. And then she also had made like one of those little backpacks that a cat can ride in. You know the one I'm talking about, with a little
Mhm.
window. And so
Mhm.
she's got that on her back also, so that the kitty can look at the back. And she invested in some cat food. She doesn't know that the cat doesn't eat, um, so these little cat pellets keep dropping down into the cat bag, but the cat bag also knows to clean up cat poop, and so after a while they just get sort of reabsorbed.
Okay, that's kind of irrelevant in
in.
this case because it's a conjured spirit being.
I
But
know.
I mean,
know.
Missile doesn't know that.
No, Missile doesn't know that it's a conjured spirit being, and so she's gotten this backpack made that could deal with the biological needs of an actual cat. And then she's got some really cool glasses. Like all of a sudden, everything else is kind of very what she thinks is not going to attract attention, but the glasses are like huge, and they have these big kind of like uh, the light things that come out the top as if they were like giant eyebrows, and they do this sort of rainbow pattern back and forth.
Oh my.
Um,
Rainbow light up eyebrows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
giant rainbow light up eyebrows. But what they do is they make it just impossible for you to see where her eyes are looking, because your eyes are looking up at the big
Nice.
rainbow things.
Distraction.
They're a
Very
distraction,
good.
and they allow her to read lips.
Ah.
To whatever degree of
Goggles.
success the dungeon master thinks they should. They maybe aren't always 100% accurate, because they might not always know the language that's being spoken, and so they
Okay,
might get things wrong
cool.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, she's ready.
All right.
Real Elton John kind of vibe going on.
Yeah. So while your clothes are being printed, you have a few hours to either catch some Z's or whatever. We'll just breeze through that interlude. If there's anything y'all want to do besides get dressed and stuff.
I think that I try a few like dresses that I already have on, but I think I'm getting like nervous about whether or not they look like fancy enough, and I'm getting in my own head about if it's going to like pass is like, oh, I belong here. So I think I go to a store and start asking someone for like help with it.
Oh, nice. Is this for tailoring? Are you
No,
picking
this
out
is-
colors? What's the deal?
This is for like, I'm going to a dress shop where there are dresses made, and I'm like asking an associate for like whatever help they can give me on like what do they think they have that would be appropriate attire for like a very extravagant event.
Okay, I don't have a store name, but we'll call this Rebecca's Fine Fashions. And
Rebecca's Raging Fanny.
yeah, you get a friendly Afridi clerk named Noni, and she walks you through the whole process. It's very friendly and intuitive. There's a mix of clothes that are actually there, and then all your augmented reality options and whatnot. You get to drink champagne and eat little biscuits or cookies, as we call them in the States. Scones, that sort of jazz.
I think that what I eventually land on is a sort of like powder blue, not powder blue. I think it's like a navy blue dress that kind of like contrasts the light green skin, and a deep purple shawl that goes around it. And I
That's
have
great.
like ball gown gloves.
Hell yes. Are those white?
Yes.
White ball gown gloves. Perfect. Okay. Anybody else want to do anything before this little gathering?
Oh, I don't think so. Does Gail come back to the hotel?
Yes, I have my newly purchased clothes in a bag and I bring them back upstairs.
Oh, Gail, let me see. What did you get?
Ooh, I got this dress. I pull it out and it falls to the floor. Like I'm holding it up and I'm not holding it up high enough because I'm like nervous to show it off.
Oh, that's pretty.
and and I'm like slowly like pulling out the shawl, but like the way I'm pulling it out so shyly that it just looks like I'm pulling out several handkerchiefs.
It looks a little small.
I wanted it to be. The woman at the store told me that it should be sleek and like
Hmm.
not form fitting per se, but like slimming.
Well, here, let me see with my glasses. And she puts her glasses on.
Whoa, those are cool glasses.
Yeah, they're special. And I can see that these are good glasses, and these glasses say that's a pretty dress.
Why, thank you.
What are you gonna wear, Electo?
I've got my my sharp, uh, standard bodyguard suit, probably armored pinstripes.
Hell yeah. So you unzip the cellophane and out comes your outfits, and there's armor plates that bloom out of some nanotech box or whatever, and you stick all that shit on there. You look real
Wow.
sharp.
I'm gonna
And
need to take
yeah,
a
we
look at those
can
after.
we can cut to your arrival.
Yeah, I don't think
would
you
you
need
rather
to.
take would you rather take the funicular up or float up on a device, take one of those ghillie tubes, swimming?
What would be the fanciest way to arrive? To arrive fancy in style.
That would be to take a space shuttle type transport out through the outer shielding and then up over the top and down into the VIP spaceport entrance.
Can we find somewhere that's a little in between? Just rolling up on
Yeah.
a pedicab and like
You fly halfway to the Eiffel Tower thing in the middle and then take the super fast elevator up. And there's little you know those drinking things you see sometimes in town? It's like a bar with stools on either side and there's a person pedaling or something in the front. It's like that. So you're paired up with a bunch of other, travelers, and you can have mimosas or whatever while you go through the fancy mall on this thing.
I down like 2 of them.
Hell yeah. So you get a little pre-funked for the party. Good. You see clowns, there's mimes, there's a dancing bear. It's just all sorts of great stuff happening up on the nipple. And you arrive at the party. Just as you're waiting to get your tickets scanned, there's maybe 20 people ahead of you and another 20 behind you. All of a sudden, you hear people shouting and like excited, and you feel the floor shaking a little bit. Everybody roll a wind check.
Got a 12.
That's
A
gonna
12,
be a
good enough.
one.
Oh, no, wait.
Um,
Wind is different. I got a 15.
Good.
Just a straight wind check, or is there anything specific?
Athletics, I guess, or acrobatics.
Oh, I have good acrobatics. So that would be a 24.
Cool. So I'll let you save 3 people. Missile can save 1 if she likes. Electo,
I got an 18.
so you could help save a person too. The people in front of you are like panicking. You can pull them away from the danger if you like.
Yeah. I
I
like
grab the closest 3 people to me.
Yeah, it's the Wayne family and their little kid Bruce. You yank them back from the danger, and the floor on the ramp up to the entrance of the tea shop just melts away, just like dissolves into a big trench, and people plummet through it, and they're screaming and like so and you see greenish tint at the edge of both sides of this trough, and there's people like hanging on the edge of this thing or whatever. Instant sinkhole.
but we're like way up in the air, right? So
You're not sure. I mean, like it could be solid rock, it could be girders, it could be 6 feet
okay,
down.
so we're
You're not
still
sure.
on ground level. I thought we were going up into the
Oh,
top of
below
the-
you. That's right. It's all glass, and you can see down into the things or whatever. But here it's opaque. You're not sure what's under the
Okay.
hole. So yeah, and people up front, the bouncers are like trying to help people. They're dragging people out, and the design safety division cops are flying this way at top speed.
Well, I'll grab take whoever I snagged, and we'll lean up against the wall or something.
Cool. So everybody
guess.
give me a earth check, and I'll make some NPCs do them as well.
So what does a 10 get me? Do I just...
Roll again.
Rolling
You
again,
save
yeah.
like 6 people. You're just like reaching down there, grabbing
All
people
right.
out of this hole.
Um,
And so yeah,
I
I'm gonna say
also, kept it rolling, so that's
And then-
16 plus Earth. You said.
yeah. So you're organizing a fireman's train of like people holding on to each other's belts as they pull people back.
Okay, so just
Um,
for clarification, like my Earth is 1213, so that's why I was able to save like 6 people. Is that
Yeah, you rolled a 10, right? And then you
right?
roll again.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So then I got a 9, so that's like a 22. So on
I
Yeah.
top
got a
of
24.
okay.
Yeah. So
I
you
got a
Okay.
yeah,
20.
you
Thanks.
okay, yeah. So you managed to save everyone and it's a whole sweaty ordeal. Cops fly in and throw down ropes like it's a sarlacc pit. And down below, you see it does go down about 20 feet with like crisscross girders and loose
Uh-oh.
tubes and things. And everything straight down for like a ways, metal is just dissolving and it's continuing down below. And sure enough, it's the clear sign of nanobots dissolving steel, basically.
Oh my god.
Oh no, the raging Fanny.
How far down will this trench go? Will it hit the raging Fanny? Find out next time on Shattered Worlds RPG.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
Oh man.
So your clothes are disheveled. Everybody's worked up. The party's ruined.
Oh, party.
I just bought this.
Man, this festival is doomed, huh?
Yeah, we need to find out who's behind this and fast. Is this gonna be like the nanobots are just gonna keep eating and eating until they breach the other side of the asteroid and everyone dies? Or
I mean, it all depends if they're self-replicating, if they turn themselves off after they eat a certain amount of stuff. You know, it just depends on how they were designed.
not
But
frightening
the
at all.
station security can zap them off, as you know, as soon as they get the right tool in place.
Is what she said at the Raging Fanny.
Yeah. Whatever tool you have in place. So what'd you guys think? Favorite bits, NPCs? There were a lot of NPCs this time.
Yeah, I really liked it. I felt the world felt much more solid to me this time. And
Cool.
I really appreciated having the kind of detailed flashback to the last episode. That was nice.
Oh,
That
wow.
helped
That
very
was very good.
yeah, really helped ground me, and I could see much better what was happening. I felt like there was a lot more information about what Mistletoe was, where she was standing, and where she could go to next. I really enjoyed all that, and I really liked meeting Froger. I
Yep.
hope
Yeah.
I hope she gets to see Froger again, because
Good old
she was very impressed by Froger.
Hell yeah.
Roger wants to see her again too.
Yeah.
Wink.
I loved that interaction so much. It is dawning on me like this session that our social person is going to be Missile.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that
Making
fills
those
me with
connections.
a combination of excitement and dread that I cannot describe with words.
I think we're learning with the various Vorok we've had on the show and in my books, we're learning that they really get down with one another. They really
Mm.
they are often quite friendly and open.
Horny.
I've never played like a huge character like this, and it makes you kind of fearless socially, because what are they gonna do? Hit me? You know?
Yeah.
So I didn't expect that as a side effect, but I think that seems to be the case. And I thought Gail's fretting over what to wear was that felt really, really real to me as a female identified person of just like what the hell is the right thing to wear when you go someplace? It's such a fraught question. Just going to the grocery store is like something like I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
is this going to be all right? So I really appreciated Gail going
Like,
through that in that moment.
it came from a very real place of like, I don't know what I would wear to something like this.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. I recognize it's not just female identified people who go through that for sure. For sure.
Oh, I hate getting dressed up. I have no excitement about it whatsoever. Always stressed.
I love it. I think the thing for me is if I want to dress presenting female, which I don't very often, there's a certain level of like, okay, well, am I going to be safe if I do that?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
something like-
Yeah, it's a real question.
yeah.
That's a fair question.
Determine
for
if that's
sure.
going to be a thing I want to deal with.
I don't blame you a bit. Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't really have any. I'll just wear whatever. I like dressing fancy. Give me some fancy clothes.
If I can wear a cape somewhere, then I'm a happy woman. That's
Capes are very good. Capes
They
are
should bring they should bring capes back into actual fashion. I think that would be.
well, I'm
capes and cloaks.
I'm doing my part for both.
Heck yeah. Halloween's coming up for all you capesters out there.
Yeah, I
Now's your
will wear my
chance.
cloak all the way from my bedroom to my kitchen and back again.
My kids still haven't decided what they're going to wear. They're going to be very sad because they're not going to have anything.
Oh no.
So I don't know if you all noticed, but I created individually tailored NPCs for your particular character.
No.
So hence Gale got a dog and
Uh,
Electo
Yeah.
got a handsome warrior to interact with, and Missile got a fellow tech.
Nice.
well, it's a shame that Electo doesn't bat for that team.
Oh, hey now. Okay, I know who to add
But-
for next time.
And
I'm-
and she is
I'm the
she is-
horniest DM. I apologize.
It's cool. She's like her the whole backstory. She's looking for her girlfriend that she met. She had this this
Mm.
woman arrived at her backwater monastery's archaeologist, and they fell in love. And she's like, "Well, bye," and left to do her thing, and left Electo at the monastery. Eventually, she was like, "You know what? I'm gonna go find this." Find this woman that I love. And that's
Hell
her
yeah.
thing. She's on a quest for love.
Aw. It's very
Everyone
romantic.
shifted one NPC to the left except for Missile, who forgot to pass over.
There you go. That's great. Well, I really thought y'all would take advantage of the dog because it was smart. It's a smart dog. But y'all are too paranoid,
I am.
which is great.
I
I've
have a
played too many
magic
rogues.
stick that makes doors open and makes things that saw us forget they saw us.
I didn't
Yeah.
think the dog was for me. So I didn't
Mhm.
The dog was for me.
I thought the dog was for Gail.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
it was the cost that was so prohibitive. Like I was afraid to get attached to it because we were just going to have to discard it in 2 days. So I think it already had a timeline on it, and so yeah.
Once I saw the dog was a walking advertisement, I was like, oh no, not that.
My name is Spam.
It's not that we're paranoid, it's we're cynical and cheap.
We're cheap. That's
I
the
can
main
make
thing.
animals.
But it was very cute. It
It
was
was.
adorable.
And we could use a chauffeur, so maybe we'd have just kept it around to drive us around.
Thank you
Hell
for
yeah.
giving me a second talking dog, though.
Oh, gotta do it.
Well,
This
maybe
is a very
maybe we'll
good
get
girl.
it back at some point. I don't think it got melted by the nanobites, right? So
Yes, I really enjoyed. Speaking of likes, I really enjoyed Missile just carving through the wall. That was fantastic.
Excellent job, Electo. Just like joining right in on that, by the way. It's great.
It was an excellent idea, and I applaud it. And happy to help.
Hell yeah. So wishes, anything you guys want to experience next time? Any character moments you're looking to have?
well, just surprise me. All right.
All right. How do people find you on the internet?
You can find me on the podcast Foolish Wits with Jeff Richardson here. And we ramble about whatever's going on at the moment. I think this last week we talked a lot about academic snobbery. And what else did we talked about? Some other fun stuff too. And we, devolved into Shakespeare like I usually do. But yeah, it was good. It was fun. And what else? I don't know. I guess that's all I'm doing. I'm just sit in my little room and write all day.
Hell yeah. AJ.
You can find me on Twitter at AJ_Generos. That's GANAROS. You can also find me on the podcast Christmas Tide, Ohio, which is an anthological Kids on Bikes series. We're currently in the 3rd grade, and if you're watching on stream right now, then a new episode drops tomorrow morning. If you're listening to this post, whatever the word for this is, if you're listening to this after the stream, then the new episode is this episode is going to be dropping on October 22nd.
Cool. That's the day after tomorrow. I mean, today. That's tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
that's
tomorrow.
called. Tomorrow.
Time is meaningless.
And Anthony?
You can really only find me in one place, and that's on Twitter. My handle is Dr. Mod, DOKTORMOD. I just work and have the kids, and find me there, tell dad jokes.
All right.
That's my deal.
And you can find us on Facebook, on Twitter at SWRPG Pod. Rate, review, subscribe, like us on iTunes, and listen to our other shows, The War for the Tower, and we talked about Foolish Wits. Everything is awesome. I haven't done anything on there for a little while. I might read more of my next book. The first book in the Shattered Worlds series is currently being edited by my editor. So this time next year, maybe the book will be out and y'all can read that. Send us an email, shatteredworldspod@gmail.com. And I think that's it. Keep it rolling.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Now's your chance to do anything silly if you've been keeping it in.
Boot.
That's all I had.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.